Guys, tell me. So what was we discussed the last class? Linux file system hierarchy. Slash is the top level directory. Bin contains, bin contains commands. Right, guys. So bin and bin contains commands. Slash bin and slash bin. So both are contains commands. So this is the Linux, something like this is the CentOS CentOS 7 mission. This is the CentOS 7 Linux is installed on this machine. So how we can interact with this machine, guys? So how we can interact with this machine? For example, this is a Windows. This is a Windows 11 laptop, for example, our laptop. So how we are interacting with this laptop? So this is a GUI mode. This is the GUI mode. This is the CLI mode. So what is the GUI mode, guys? Graphical user interface, right? Guys, mute yourself. Yeah. So GUI. So GUI means graphical user interface. So we can click. So we have a GUI, right? We can click or double click. So we can see it. But in the CLI, everything. So if you interact with this OS, so if you interact with this mission or a OS, so we need to interact through commands only. So we need to interact through commands. We need to interact with through commands only. So commands will be there in the bin and bin directory. These two directories having a commands. So how you can interact with these server? So either these commands or these commands. I already told these commands are used by the a normal user and a root user. So this sbin command specially only used by the root user. Root user. So bin commands. So bin commands and sbin commands. How we can interact with the CentOS through the commands only. How we can interact with this OS through commands only. How we can interact with this OS? This is your right. So we can use the we can see it and select it. We can see it and select. But here, so we need to how we can interact with something like if here how we can create the folder in the right mouse, new folder, new, then you can create the folder. But here, so definitely we need to we need to create a directory. We need to create a directory through commands only. What is the command? mkdir. Mkdir is the command to create the a directory. Create a directory. For example, I want to go to the something like I created a directory called US class 1. So I want to go to the directory. So here also I created the US class 1. How I can go to the how I can go to this folder. You can double click. You can double click in the mouse. It automatically go because of it is a GUI. How you can go to the this directory through the commands only. What is the command? CD command. Is nothing but a change directory. C is nothing but a change a directory. Change CD mkdir pwd ls. So everything. How you can interact with the server through commands only. How you can interact with the server? So there were so if you want to create a folder, go new, right mouse, new, then you can new file, new directory, something like that. You automatically select that folder. It automatically created. So how you can enter into this? How you can enter the CD? How you can enter the direct file? Something like you can double click double click, it automatically enter into the directory. But here everything through commands only. Everything through commands only. Something like a, so how we can interact with the commands. So one is file and directory handling, handling tools. The second one is text text processing tools. So one is file and directory handling tools, and text processing tools. Text processing tools. So this is a CLI main, this is a less. So this is a CLI mode. How you can find out if a directory or if a file? How you can find out if it is a directory or a file or a file? And so once you sorry. So once you once you log into something like a login as root, password equal to something like red hat. You are giving the password, then only you can enter into the Linux system. So then immediately showing the right localhost tilt hash. So this is the yes, I will get it. Login as a, guys, what is the username? Just tell me. Root is the username. What is the password? Red hat is the password. Guys, please respond. Then only I can understand. You're able to watching or not. Something like, so I logged in as a root, and so I logged in as a root. I logged in as a root, right? Yeah. So this is so something like a root at the rate localhost till hash. What is this? What is this? Once you logged in as a root and your password, then it gives so this symbol. So what is this? And once you enter into the, so if you want to clear the screen, what is the command? CLEAR, clear, or something like, you can use the control plus D command. Control CTRL plus D. So control plus D, it will be shortcut for example, this is the screen. Once you log into the screen, here we can able to see what is a folder, what is a file, what is a folder, what is a file. But here, something like I'm executing as a ls command. CD slash. For example, I'm entering to this card. So I'm executing as a ls command. So ls command, you see here also, here it, yeah, here. So here we are able to understand what is a file. Something like this is the file. So this is a PNG. Something like this is a file. This is a folder. So these are the folders. These are the files. How we can figure out something like the symbol of the file is this is the symbol of the file folder. So now we understand. And this is a GUI. So that's the reason we are able to. So something like it's showing text document or something like it's showing. But but in the Linux, do you know what these are? Do you know what these are? Is this is a file or a directory? Is this a file or a directory? Does anyone understand what is this? A file or directory? Guys, no, right? So how we can find out? How we can find out something like ls is the list. So whatever you want here, something like you press the desktop, something like a Docker images. You see the content of this file. How I can see the content of the file, or something like how I can see the list of the files and directory by using the ls command. What is the ls command? List. Ls is nothing but a, guys, what is the ls? a list. ls is nothing but a list. Shows the a list. Show the show the list. So show the list. Something like a ls. ls, you show the only list, a directory or a file it will show you. But how we can figure out, how we can find out if it is a file or directory? By using the ll command. ll is nothing but a ll is nothing but a long list. ll is nothing but a long list. ll is nothing but a long list. So how you can figure out, how you can figure out is a file or a directory or a something like cd/etc. Guys, don't worry, I'm not telling the cd. So I'm just telling the only. So ls is nothing but a just list. So it will show the just list. I want to see. So if it is a directory or a file or a something like a list. So how you can find out? So if you see the starting letter is the starting letter is hyphen. The starting letter is hyphen. Then so it is a file. The starting letter is hyphen. So you can remember this is a file. The starting letter is d. The starting letter is d. So if you find that starting letter is d, it is a directory. Something like the starting letter is l. L is nothing but this is a link file. So file, how you can figure out? The starting letter is hyphen, then it is a file. The starting letter is D. If it is a directory, the starting letter is L. If it is a link file. Link file. Guys, now you understood? The starting letter is D is nothing but a directory. The starting letter hyphen is nothing but a file. The starting letter L is nothing but a link directory. So how you can see this total information? LL. LL means, guys, LL means
Long
means
list.
long list. So we'll show a long list. Something like the permissions, the user permissions, the file permissions. So the size of the file. So when it was created, date, time, year. So on the file or a folder or a link file. In the long list, you can see the ll. In the long list, you can see the a file, a file or a directory or a link file. Because of the starting letter is d is nothing but a directory. The starting letter hyphen is nothing but a hyphen at a file. The starting letter l is nothing but a link file. L is nothing but a link file. Guys, you understand? So what is the command of l? L is nothing but it shows just list. It shows list, only list. What are the items are there? But how you can figure out if it's a file or a directory or a link file? By using the ll command. By using the ll command. ll is nothing but a long list. The first letter D is nothing but a directory. The first letter hyphen is nothing but a file. The first letter L is nothing but a link file. Guys, now you understood? Guys?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Something like a commands. So commands, how you can interact with the Linux, how you can interact with the CentOS guys through commands only. So we have a two types of commands. One is bin commands and sbin commands. Bin commands. A non-admin like normal user executing only bin commands. Sbin and bin commands, admin like root user can execute bin commands. So this is nothing but a user prompt. What this is? So this is nothing but a user prompt. So control plus L is nothing but a clear the screen. Control plus L. I'm not executing any command. I just use the shortcut. Shortcut is control plus L. Control plus L is nothing but a clear the screen. Clear the screen. So this is nothing but a user prompt. So what is this? So once you logged into the username password. So whatever either admin or either root or a something like normal user. So definitely it will show the user prompt. This is your user prompt. So which user prompt this is? So logged in as a root user, a root user's user form. So this is a root user's user form. So what is this root? What is this local host? What is this symbol? The symbol call it as a tilde. What is the symbol? Tilde. So what is this hash? So what is this user? You logged in as your user at the rate localhost at tilde and hash. What this? What this? The first one is a root. So login name. So you logged in as a root. The second local host. We just not added any server name in this host. Just it is if you're not adding any host name, by default it will be a local host. So a local host is nothing but a mission name or server name or a host name. So we call it as a mission name, server name, host name. So either mission name, either server name, either host name. So what is this tilt symbol? So what is this tilt symbol? So it will shows the present working directory. So what is the command of PWD guys? So PWD is a present working directory. So what is the command of PWD? Present working directory. So tilt is showing the PWD present working directory. So the present working directory is slash root. Where you are under the slash root. You are under the slash root. Something like it. etc. Yeah. So the tilt symbol is changed, right? That is tilt symbol is showing. So that this is showing the present working directory. For example, I'm executing the PWD. So whenever you log into the server, definitely we need to execute the PW command. So it will shows the where you are. So where you are present working directory. The present working directory is /etc. So before the present working directory is PWD, before PWD is root. So the PWD command is showing the where you are. Where you are. So hash. So and this is the privilege of hash. What is the hash privilege? So hash privilege is use privilege is the user profile. So if you logged in as a root user, your profile your privileged mode is hash. So if you are logged in as a normal user, your privileged mode is a dollar. So privileged mode is a dollar. So hash means we can do anything. So user profile, privileged mode, root user can execute any command. So if you have the hash, root user can do anything. So dollar normal user, normal users user profile, normal users user profile. Something like SU. Hari is there, right? SU user pass W. Pass W. Red hand. Guys, don't worry, I'm not saying anything. So I want to exit. From root. You can use the exit command. So it executes it. So I logged in as a Hari user. Hari user is a normal user. Password is red hat. The password is red hat. Now I logged in as a Hari user. At the rate localhost will and the dollar symbol. So this is the user prompt for the normal user. So this is the user prompt for the a root user. So normal users your user prompt is array at the rate localhost filled at hash at for a dollar. So you can check the command pwd. You can check the command pwd. So pwd. So pwd means present working directory. Where I am in the /home array. So yesterday in the Linux file system hierarchy, I already told you, right, guys? So what is the home directory for the root user? Home directory for the root user is /root. So what is the home directory for the normal user? Normal user's home directory is /home under /home array under /home array. So I already told you, right? I already told you, right? Something like a, what is this? What is this? A root. So root is the a root user home directory. Root users home directory. So what is the root users home directory, guys? Exit or control D is for the shortcut for the exit. Sorry, I logged in as a root. So password is red hat. Just I'm giving the password for red hat. So control L for clear the screen. I logged in as a root user. So root users home directory. So root users home directory is classroom. So once you logged in as a root user, your home directory will be uh, logged in as a root. So this is the your home directory. The same like as a exit. So I logged in as a normal user. Hari, Red Hat, oops, Hari, Red Hat. Yeah. So Control L is for clear the screen. So pwd. What is the command of pwd? Present working directory. So what is my present working directory? My present working directory is so /home Hari /home Hari. Once you logged into the mission, you see, so /home Hari. So where you created the normal users home directory, normal users home directory is slash home under the /home Hari. So something like under the /home, if it is a Tom, if it is a Tom, /home Kim, Kim, something like a /home Nagraju, something like a /home Josna, Josna, right? So whatever it may be, Josna, whatever it may be, the normal user's home directory is /home. Guys, if you learn the Linux file system hierarchy, so if you know the everything, Linux will easy. If you know the file system hierarchy, Linux will be a very easy. So because of so what is the root? You know already root. Root is the directory. Root is /root is the directory. So there is directory. So once you logged into the root user, it will be it will be it will be go to the it will be go to the it will be go to the /root directory. So once you logged into normal user, so normal user's home directory will be created under the /home. So how you can restart your mission? How you can bootable information is nothing but a booting the server up. So bin and yes bin. So we are executing the bin commands. We are executing the bin commands, and I will show bin and sbin commands. Both the commands we are executing as a root user. Root user. Normal user can execute only a bin commands. User. Normal user can execute only bin commands. So device information. So if you have a multiple hard disk or if you are having a hard disk, or the hard disk information will be available in the devices. So /etc. All the configuration files will be located in the /etc. So media, CD-ROM, meant something like a USB drives, USB drives. USB drives. And OPT also, third-party softwares will be installed. So if you want to install a system-related softwares will be under USR. So where is nothing but in the where there is a logs, in the logs, a logs information, system logs, something like a mail logs, prawn logs, all the logs information will be available under the /var. So if you know the file system hierarchy, it will be easy to understand the Linux. So we are working under these directories. So we are working under these directories. So every directory having a some purpose. Every directory having a some purpose. What is the home directory purpose? So whenever a normal user login, normal user created. So normal user's home directory will be created under the home /home. So a root user is logged in. So whenever you so the root user is logged in, the root user's home directory is /root. So bin and sbin. So whatever we are executing the commands in the Linux, whatever we are executing commands in the Linux, those commands will be located in the sbin and bin. So bootable information, hard disk information, configuration file information. So CD-ROM, so USB drives, system related softwares will be installed under the USR. And OPT, third party softwares will be installed under the OPT. So where the logs information available in the /user. So temp is the directory. This is for temporary. So if you know the file system hierarchy, so if you know the file system hierarchy, it is easy to understand the Linux because of everything will doing under the directories only. Under the directories only. Yes, now you got it. So what is the purpose of file system hierarchy? So something like, so the normal user's home directory is /home array. So it will be created under the /home. Guys understood? So what is the user prompt? Guys understood?
Yes.
Yes, right? Yeah. So user prompt. So something like a login as a root. So this is the login name. So this is the mission name. So this is the present working directory. So this is the privileged user profile. So same like as a Hari. So login as a Hari. So mission name as localhost. Tilt is so something like a dollar is the normal user profile. Who am I? What is the command? Who am I? Who am I means who is logged in. Who is logged in. So guys execute. Who am I? Who am I? So who am I? So I am a Hari. I logged in as a Hari. Exit and log in as a root. Red hat. So who am I? Who am I? So logged in. I am a root user. I logged in as a root user. Root user. Guys. So what are the commands we learn? So guys, what are the commands we learn as of now? ls. So ls is nothing but a list of shows the list of a directory and files.
Files.
Just a list only. Just a list only. So how you can find out, how you can figure out, so if it is a file or a directory.
LL.
If it is
Long
L,
list.
yes, very good. LL is nothing but a, sorry guys. So LL, a long list. Long list. It will shows the, so hyphen D
File.
L. So the starting letter is hyphen if it is a
File.
the starting letter is D if it is a directory. The starting letter is L.
Link file.
Yes, link file. And so apart from these two,
Present working directory PWD.
yes, very good. PWD, present working directory. So PW we learn PWD, we learn we learn LL, we learn LS. Apart from this, it will display the who logged in. Who
Logged in.
logged in? Who is logged in? For example, this is the who at the rate localhost build symbol hash symbol. Who logged in? Root user. So something like Hari at the rate localhost build dollar symbol. Who logged in? Who logged in, guys? Hari. Who logged in? So what are the commands we learn? ls, ll, pwd, whoam. Whoam. And how we can find out the file or a directory or a list? So long list. So long list. So something like a, so if if it is a directory, D is nothing but directory, L is nothing but a link file. L is nothing but a link file. link file. Guys, understood? Guys, understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So how many users are connected? What is the command?
Actually, I
Command
have a
is
doubt. What is link file?
what is link file? So something like good question. So what is a link file? Mm, stop sharing. I'm sharing it. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is this? Do you know this? The symbol?
Shortcuts.
Yes. The link file, a link file is nothing but a shortcut. So this Google Chrome installed under this Google Chrome is installed under the program files, right? This Google Chrome is installed under the program files where it is installed something like the Google Chrome is installed under under here. So if you want to open this, definitely we need to go to this and you can open it. But so we created a shortcut. We created a shortcut. Something like this shortcut is linked to the this location. Once you click to the Google Chrome, so once you click to the Google Chrome, it searches the where the original file is located. Where the original file is located. Where the original file is located. So it searches and it open from here only. So it will open from here. So so this is a just a shortcut only. So this is the shortcut. So this shortcut is linked to the original file. So if you click the shortcut, it will go to the original file. It will open from here only. It will open from here only. Now you understood, Josna?
Yes.
Yeah. LL is nothing but just a shortcut. Yeah. So this is the Linux OS, right? Install the Linux OS. What you guys do is you guys you guys can open this and so something like a so once you stop that it will shows the remove. So there is a remove, right? Once you shut down the mission, so this button will pop up. This button will enable or a pop up. So once you click the remove, it automatically delete the CentOS 7. Again you can install the CentOS again. So you can do so 3 or 4 times. You can delete the voice, then you can install the voice. Delete the voice, install the voice. Delete the voice and install the voice. So you guys can do 4 or 5 times. So then you will easily understand what is this. Okay, you guys can
Okay.
delete it and install it. Delete it and install it. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. So, who is nothing but how many users are connected? How many users are connected? So then types of files are symbols. So symbol, a type of the file or a directory. Something like hyphen, it will be a hyphen, it will be a normal file, it will be a D, a directory. L is nothing but a link file, is nothing but a shortcut file. So B is box file, C is nothing but a creative file. So file. So if it is the starting letter is a hyphen, it is a file. The starting letter is D if it is a directory. The starting letter is L, it is a link file. It is a link file. Guys, now we understood, right? Now you understood user prompt. What is this? And so the types of how we can find out if it is a file or directory or a link file, right? And you know, file system hierarchy. You know, a file system hierarchy. To see the kernel version. So what is a kernel? What is a kernel? So kernel is nothing but a art of the a computer. What is this? Art of the computer is nothing but a kernel. So this is the so where you are installed OS. So your hardware, something like this is a HP, Dell, PowerEdge, whatever it may be. So this is the hardware. So in the hardware, installed the OS, Linux OS. So what is the heart of the OS? Kernel is the heart of the OS. So what is this? This is the shell. This is the shell prompt. So this is the shell prompt. So once you logged into the Linux, so it will show the a shell prompt. So echo dollar. So which shell it is? A bin bash. Which shell it is? A bin bash. So once you logged into the server, so once you logged into this, yes, once you logged into your so this is the hardware. In the hardware, you install the OS. So kernel, you install the OS. So the kernel is the heart of the OS. Kernel is the heart of the OS. The kernel. So you once you logged into the server, so shell prompt. This is the shell prompt. Shell prompt will be using how you can interact with the shell. You can interact with the shell through commands only. Through commands only. Something like cd, grep, date, or something compile. Everything everything will be how everything will be interacting through shell only. Everything will interacting through shell only. Shell only. Guys, now you understood? So introduction to Linux. Who developed Linux OS? So I already told you, right, guys? In 1991, Linus Torvalds studying in Unix at the university, where he used a special education experimental purpose operating system called Minix, a small version of Unix. But Minix had its own limitations. So Linus felt he could do a better than the Minix. So he developed his own version of the Minix, so which is known as a Linux. So Linux is a open source from the starting the day. Open source means, so guys, what is open source? Open source means free of cost and the source code also available. So what is a Linux? Guys, mute yourself. So what is a Linux? So Linux is an alternative operating system for the personal computers and servers. So this competes mainly against the Microsoft Windows. It competes mainly against the Microsoft Windows. So Linux is an alternative operating system for the personal computers and servers. It's popular for only servers. It competes main against Microsoft Windows. It is based on the Unix operating system and was originally created by the Linus Torvalds. So what is the mascot of trademark? Penguin is the a trademark for the trademark for the. So penguin is the trademark for the Linux. So what is the trademark, guys? So what is this? A penguin is the a trademark for the Linux. So penguin is the trademark for the Linux. So Linux is a Unix like OS. So Mac OS also developed from Unix only. So Unix only. So whatever the commands we are executing in the Linux, so you can also you can also execute through Mac or Mac also. You can execute a Mac also. So Linux is similar to Unix as the various of Unix versions are to each other. So Linux is a multi-user and multitasking. So Linux is a multi-user and multitasking operating system. That means that more than one person can be logged in on the same Linux computer at the same time. The same user could even be logged onto the account from now or more terminals at the same time. So Linux is also a multitasking. A user can have more than one program executing at the same time. At the same time, wide hardware supports. Red Hat supports the most PCs modern x86 compatible PC hardware. So fully supported Red Hat Linux is a fully supported distribution. Red Hat INC provides many support programs for the smallest to the largest companies. So what is a kernel? So what is a kernel? What is a kernel? What is a kernel? So kernel is a central component of the operating system. So what is a kernel is a central component of operating system. It acts as an interface between user application and hardware. It is a it 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 acts as a interface. It acts as a interface between hardware and user. Hardware and user. So this is the kernel is the interface between. So it communicate hardware as well as the user. As well as the user. So kernel is a central component of the operating system. It acts as the interface between user application and hardware. So the main aim of the kernel is to manage the communication between the software level and hardware level. So software level means user level applications, and hardware level means the CPU, memory, disk. So it will manage hardware as well as software also, as well as software. So the main task of the kernel, process unit, process management, device management, memory management, interrupt management, IO communication, file system. Is Linux a kernel or an operating system? So is Linux a kernel or an operating system? So Linux is a operating system. So there is a difference between kernel and OS. So kernel is the heart of the OS, which means the core features of an OS, while if some useful applications and utilities are added toward the kernel. So then the complete package becomes an OS. The complete package becomes a OS. So kernel is the heart of the OS, which manages the core feature of the OS, while if some useful applications and utilities are added over the kernel. So it can easily be said that is an operating system consists of a kernel. It can easily be said that an operating system consists of a kernel space and user space. So operating system is nothing but a both user space and kernel space. But kernel is nothing but a kernel is a just central processing of a system. It acts as an interface between the user application and hardware. It is an interface between the user application and application. But the OS, the complete package of the packages becomes an OS. It can easily be said that an operating system consists of a kernel space and user space. Types of kernels: monolithic and micro level. So these are the two types of kernels. So what is the a kernel is the heart of the OS. Kernel is the heart of the OS. So where the kernels are available? Kernels are available in the under the slash boot. The slash boot VM lineage file is the kernel file. VM lineage file is the kernel file. VM lineage file is the kernel file. Yeah. CD slash boot. Yeah. So there is a VM lineage. So VM lineage 3.10.0 So this is the version of a kernel. So this is the version of the kernel and the file of the kernel, VM lineage. So while booting time, you will see the kernel. In it, 6 is nothing but a reboot the machine. Yeah. So this is the kernel. So how we can start the OS through kernel one. How we can start the OS through kernel one. So this is the kernel. CentOS Linux kernel 3.10.0 1160 EL7. EL7 means Enterprise Linux 7. x86 x86 64. This is a 64-bit architecture. CentOS version is 7. CentOS version is 7. This is the kernel. So this is the kernel. Now you understood kernel and shell. So how we are interacting with the OS? We are interacting with the OS through shell. What is a shell? So what is a shell? So what is a shell? Shell is a software program. Shell is a software program that allows you to interact and access a computer system. Guys, what is shell? Guys, read it. Shell is a software program. Josna, you there?
Yes.
Nagaraju, Stella, Kim, Tom.
Yes.
Yeah. So read this. What is a shell?
It's a software program that allows you
Yes.
to interact
Interact
and access a computer.
A computer
Yeah.
system. Shell is a software program that allows you to interact. That allows you to interact,
To
interact and access a computer
access the
system.
computer system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the once you logged into the server. So this is a shell. So this space is a shell space. How you can interact with this shell space? Shell is a software program that allows you to interact and access a computer system. Interact. So how you can interact? LL, PWT. So we can interact and access. So I'm accessing it. So interact and accessing the computer system. Shell is a software program that allows you to interact and access a computer system. User can enter commands in the shell prompt. So user can enter can enter the can enter the commands in the shell prompt, which will be executed by the shell. Which will be executed. Who executed the command? Shell will be executing the command. Since the only means the communication through shell is text. So what is the communication through shell? So only text. What are the text? LL is the text. LS is the text. Through commands only, text only. Since the only means of the communication through shell is just text. So it is known as a, it is known as a, so known as a shell. It is known as a something like command line
Shell.
interface. So what is? So this is a command line interface. So this is a command line
Interface.
interface command line interface.
Interface.
Shell is a software program that allows you to interact and access the computer system. User can enter the commands in the shell prompt, which will be executed by the shell. Since the only means of the communication through shell is text or text only, it is known as a command line interface. So what is the communication of the text is known as a, since the only means of the communication through shell is text, is known as a command line interface. A shell is a command interpreter or a servers as a user interface to the Linux kernel. So types of shells. So SH shell, bash shell, CH shell, TCH shell, KCH shell. So Linux CentOS 7 is using a bash shell. How you can find out? Echo is the command. Echo is nothing but a print statement. So echo is the command. Dollar shell. Which shell I am using? Which shell we are using? So we are using the a bash shell. What is that? A bash shell.
Shell.
Born again shell. What is nothing but a bash shell? Born again shell. Guys, now you understood? We are interacting through. We are interacting through a shell only.
Shell.
So yeah. So these are the commands. Shell is something like this is the user space. This is the shell. Once you logged into the system, it will come the shell prompt. In the shell prompt only you can execute. So before there is a line kernel, after kernel hardware. In the hardware we install the OS. So in the install the once you log into the server, it will be getting the shell prompt. You can interact with the shell prompt. Now you got it? Understood?
Yes.
Yes. So directory file system, hierarchy, guys knows. So yeah. So how to see the kernel version? How to see the kernel version? How to see the kernel version? You can see it by using the command. So what is the command? Uname -r to see the kernel version. To see the kernel version, so just to use the uname-var. So what it is showing? It's showing the kernel version. It's showing the kernel version. What is the kernel version? 3.10.0.1160. So you can find out in the Slack boot also. So what is the version of kernel? Yeah. So VM line is 3.10.167. What is the kernel version? What is the command? Uname-or. It will see the kernel version. So uname-a architecture. The full architecture will shows. The full architecture, all. It will show the all information. Yeah. So it will show the all information. Something like a Linux, local host, the system name, kernel version, x86, and when it was launched, something like when it was Monday, October 19. So we launched this. We launched this something like what is the architecture, 32-bit or 64-bit architecture. Everything will show it on the uname-a. So just uname-or just So it shows the version. So if you want to see the LSCPU, so LSCPU means, so CPU information like x86 core or 32-bit or something like. So if you execute the INMFN or it will show all the information. ARC means architecture of the OS. Architecture of the OS. We'll show you tomorrow, guys. This how you can make creation of a folder and files. So we'll show you tomorrow. Okay, guys, understood?